So, what the heck is MotorDoom? This is the best idea for a game that I've played in so long. Oh my god, this shit is so fucking good. Oh shit, I forgot the chainsaw's in the front, so I actually don't take damage like that from the front. Alright, let's start off with a wheelie. Up top. Get that shit, son. Get that shit, son. Yeah! Get that shit, son! Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, we're good, we're good. Does not have. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Yo, I didn't know it was more than one. Okay, got it. Jesus. I wonder what the boss is gonna be. Oh shit, the boss is a fucking Godzilla. Oh shit. Alright, almost got him. Almost got him. Shit! Didn't mean that. So the overall premise of this game is that it's just basically Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but it's got guns. I mean, there's also a roguelike in it as well, but I don't really know what your favorite roguelike is, and I don't want to start any controversy, So when you first start this game, you're gonna immediately get the feeling that this is definitely a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game. I mean, all the buttons are the same. You can grind using the same button. You can ollie and do wall rides just in the same fashion as Tony Hawk. The only exception is, like I said before, you get a gat. Or actually not just a gat. You get a Molotov. Or in some cases kunais. Or just a shotgun. And I'm being very serious about that. Your goal in this game is to basically do as many tricks as possible while at the same time killing as many demons as possible. And by doing so, you eventually build up your experience meter, and by doing so, you get to earn more abilities. Some abilities are pretty apparent in what they do. Some abilities don't really seem to do much until you actually stack them on top of each other. Rather than going with a completely different art style like cel-shaded or hyper-realism, these guys actually chose to actually just make it look like a basic PS1 game, and that is something that I can definitely get behind. So in my experience with this game, I've played both the demo and the actual game itself, which just came out recently, I want to say last month on the 2nd, so you know, I'm a little behind. But overall, regardless, I gotta say this is probably one of the best interpretations of a Tony Hawk game that I've ever played in a good while. Granted, there are games out there that do something like this. MotorDoom, I know, is one of them. But I wasn't a fan of MotorDoom. It just didn't have enough appeal, or I guess you could say blood and explosions. Yeah, that's probably the main thing. Also, it doesn't have a nun with a gun, which is infamously gonna be the #1 thing that could attract anyone to this game if you're into that type of stuff. MotorDoom is definitely one of those games where I can tell the developers had a lot of time to put a lot of charm into something. Like, there's a lot of creative stuff in here that I think really deserves a lot more praise. Not just the overall fact that there's, again, a nun with a gun, and I'm gonna keep rhyming that through this video, but the level design in this game is also very creative as well. I expected a few things in the level design to be a little bit wonky or just not fun to play necessarily, because there are sometimes instances in a lot of skater games where the maps themselves just aren't really engaging. However, MotorDoom doesn't really do that. It gives you a lot of things to actually do inside of the map, of course, and basically the more you do, the more potential you have to earn another potential ability. So for instance, when you die the first time, you actually earn an ability. I forget what that ability is. When you die 3 times, you also earn, guess what? Another ability. After you've killed about 1,000 enemies, you also earn a different ability. Again, I can't necessarily tell you what that is because I want you to actually play the game. But you kind of see the point. There's a lot of forethought that goes into this game, and I can tell that these guys have played not just Tony Hawk, but they're probably really experienced at playing roguelites as well. One final thing that I wanted to take note of in this game is the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this game is pretty good. I'd say it's probably a little too good in some cases. It's pretty hardcore. Like, it has some serious death metal grunge vibes to it, and I overall do like it, but my preference in rock music isn't necessarily just grunge and death metal voices. Granted, I like guys like Disturbed and Children of Bodom and such, but the soundtrack in here is pretty gnarly. But again, a little too gnarly for my taste. I'd have to give you like a brief example, but again, I would prefer if you actually bought the game and experienced it for yourself. The music that you're listening to right now is just some freebie music that I was able to get because I prefer this overall. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the game itself is bad. It just means that these guys have had a lot of time, patience, and effort. Overall, in my opinion, I'd have to give MotorDoom, if not a 7, maybe an 8, because this is one of the most creative games that I've played this year. And in my opinion, when it comes to games that have good potential, instead of having a simple RPG that just looks great and has fidelity and it's an open world map, we need games that actually take certain ideas and flip them on their head and give certain twists. And that's exactly what MotorDoom does. My name is Chaos the Gamer. Well, it's actually just Chaos, but you know the deal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, by all means, you should go play MotorDoom. It's actually really fun. I would encourage anyone to play it. It's only about 13 or 14 bucks on Steam, which again is another good price point to satisfy anyone.